need to pull that up.
It's a brand new bright Obama day. What a time to be black, a girl, or gay. No, nothing could go wrong, so join us in this song of happy days for the gays. Nothing can go wrong.
Look, nobody's watching. It's time to spread some hate and put it in the Constitution.
Now, how?
Proposition 8.
Proposition 8, great! People listen to our plea. They'll teach kids about
sodomy.
That wasn't right. That's a lie.
This book was on a stand. I'd like to read you a page. My back over my hips as I ask if we should take our clothes off. And he's saying yes before I finish my sentence. He's pulling off my t-shirt, laughing when I can't undo his shirt buttons. He's undoing my belt. I'm reaching into his bedside drawer for a... This book was at my middle school, and it was on a stand. When I rented it out to show my dad it, the librarian asked if I wanted more and if I wanted a graphic novel version.
Asked to look at this image. This was in the book, and they all unanimously said that this, and along with that 15-page, okay, this is in children's libraries here in Hillsborough County, approved by that committee unanimously at Plant High. It's in multiple schools. There's 10 images of that woman.
Hello, Navarro, suck any good lately. What's wrong, Navarro? I think you like a big in your mouth. Ha ha ha. Page 23. The other boy, page 23. What are you talking about? Here it is. What's the educational benefit of talking about the What's the educational benefit of talking about that? Is that going to help someone on the SAT score?
Well, good morning. Hopefully that woke you up. If it didn't, I don't know what will. So, yeah, we figured we'd start with a little bit of a stinger this morning. So, we were talking the other day when we were showing you the Freedom Tunes cartoons, and I said, man, these age really well, these cartoons that Seamus posts. And they do age well. Like, they have longevity. He's basically a soothsayer. They predict the future. So... and again, we showed you left-leaning comedy. The opening skit was from funnyordie.com. That was a skit done by, that's Will Ferrell. He's one of the people who owns that domain. He owns that funnyordie.com. That's why John C. Reilly, Jack Black, you have all these left-wing people on there. And, again, they extol Obama. They praise him. He is their prophet. He is their Messiah. And then you have these... they have these parodies of what they view Christians as. It's like, and they view our concerns as bigotry. They view our concerns as hatred. And that was 14 years ago that came out. And it's just really sad that, like, all of the fears that conservatives have come true. They do. I mean, all that stuff you saw, those were books, pornographic images. I mean, a librarian offering a graphic novel to a kid who went and got the print version of a gay person's tale, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, that's exactly what that was. And the librarian straight up offered him the graphic novel version of it.
Yeah.
So it's disgusting.
Yeah,
it's
I mean,
really disgusting.
This is organized. All this pushing these gay books, these transgender books in schools. This is all being pushed. Like, they wouldn't put that at the front and have librarians offering people different variants of that same book if somebody hadn't told them to do that. Remember, these things don't reach the bestsellers list or are put up front and how do you say, they and put out in front of people and put on displays unless they want people to consume them. They want kids to consume this stuff. This is not good for society. And again, that the thumbnail that you see that we have up here, that's the result, especially for the transgender stuff, because they're chasing a dream they can ultimately never have. Like, if a man wants to become a woman, it's like, well, you're never going to experience the miracle of childbirth if you transition from a man to a woman. And same goes for women becoming men. You'll never achieve the siring of children. I don't care what medical breakthroughs they're going to have. Like, your body will never produce male
Sperm.
fluid, sperm. It's just not going to happen. So it shouldn't be a shock whenever crazy things like this happen. Whenever you have, again, they finally released the manifesto of this, of that transgender. It's a girl. So the shooter was a girl, but it was a girl that transitioned to a guy. And, you know, she hated Christians. She hated conservatives. She hated people that didn't accept trans ideology. Again, it's like, when you think that there's no hope and you think that there is a green light, you know, like, I don't even know how to say it. Like, I mean, it's just so crazy. Like, she was never going to be happy. She couldn't possibly be happy because she was never going to achieve what she truly wanted in life, which was to be a guy. And again, girls who are probably in her friend group like that she might have wanted to have relations with wouldn't want to pursue her because they're looking for masculine men to be in relationships with, not some girl that they grew up with, being friends with, that transitioned to a dude and be like, I'm masculine. It's like, no, you're not. You don't even have the features of a masculine man.
Mm-hmm. And also, coming back to that, it's the same issue as if they're wanting to start a family. You can't exactly start a family with a transgender individual if you're ever hoping to have kids someday.
And it's so sad. So she's never going to get a relationship that she wants to have. She might find somebody who will be maybe interested in her for a little while, but again, the people, like, every guy wants to be with a hot girl, right? But every guy doesn't qualify to be in a relationship with a hot girl. Whether or not you make enough money, you don't make enough money, you're not attractive enough, you don't have enough resources, you're not charismatic enough. But she transitions. These people transition. They go, I'm going to be a guy and everyone's going to love me. No, the only people that love you are the people love bombing you, who are grooming you to be transgender in your little Facebook, Instagram, Reddit groups. Now, they might hook up with you and you can have degenerate relations with these people, but they're not the type of people that you want to be with.
What was that? I need to pull that up. I'll find it real quick. But remember the lesbian that went undercover as a man for a year?
Yeah.
And she ended up killing herself because of how depressed she got, because women are loved unconditionally by society. Mm-hmm. Men are not. Men have to prove their value to society. And
absolutely.
she went through life and she realized that, oh my God, this is going to be so easy to pick up women because I'm a woman. I know what women like. And she couldn't pull a second date with any woman that she went on a date with.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's another, you could look up a YouTuber. Her name is Anna Akana. She's a really big, she's like a famous Japanese YouTuber, American Japanese YouTuber. And she talked about how she dated girls. She's a lesbian. And her name's Anna Akana, but she went on dates with girls and basically she made a video going, dating women made me understand men, because she's a girl, but she wants to be treated like a girl, and she's trying to pursue other chicks now. And she's like, so whenever she could take a girl on a date, she was wondering if it was her responsibility to pay for the check or the other girl. So she was like, well, this other girl's the one that asked me out, so she should be the one that pays for the date, right? Well, you have two girls. Instead of a guy just taking responsibility, like, yeah, I'll pay for the date, she's sitting there and the other girl just looks at her like, you're paying, right? Because you're the famous YouTube person, even though I'm the one that invited you out on the date. It's like, so she was like, she thought that was really rude because she goes, I didn't ask to go on this date. She asked to go on this date and she asked me out. And yet I'm the one that has to pay. So, like, again, that's why men and women are supposed to be together, because you don't have these confusions. It's like guys who say, yeah, no, I'm a guy. I'm the provider. I'm obligated to pay. But whenever you're in Relationships with the same sex, there's no set expectation. So yeah, that's our most famous video.
5 years ago.
Yeah. I think she's kind of out of the YouTube grind now. But it doesn't really matter. Like I said, all this is irrelevant. Like, the whole point is these transgender people are never going to be happy because they're never going to achieve womanhood in a real sense. Same goes for the other way, transitioning the other way. Like, a man transitioning to a woman will never achieve womanhood. Same as a woman transitioning to a man will never achieve manhood. And the people that you want to be in a relationship with will never find you attractive. Unless you're hanging out amongst that same degenerate group of people. And again, you probably don't find the majority of them attractive. And again, so what is, I mean, transgenderism, it's like, it just sounds like you're gay, but with extra steps. You know what I mean? Like, that's the whole point. And what is it going to do? It's going to lead you down a path of bitterness and resentment. That's the only place it can lead you. I mean, again, this girl, the girl that, they released her manifesto, she only had hate to turn to because she's never going to feel the way she truly wants to feel. And that's the sad reality of this pervasive ideology. You're never going to be what you want. Life is full of disappointment and hardship. And yet we're going to tell these people, it's like, oh no, guess what? You can be a woman. You can achieve that. Yeah, I guess you're showing the clip of the chick that went undercover for a year as a man.
This wasn't just a stunt. This was about learning. This is a human project. It was about finding something out about the human creature, and I learned it the best possible way because I went through it.
What Nora went through, or more accurately, what she became in the last 2 years, was a man.
Yeah, a little bit shorter on the top.
Okay. No, Nora didn't get a sex change operation. She did it the old-fashioned way, with acting and a disguise. At 5'10", 155 pounds, and wearing men's size 11 shoes, Nora was a natural. Growing up in the Midwest with her actress mother, lawyer father, and 2 older brothers, Nora was a tomboy with a flair for the dramatic. She says she's still a tomboy and, in fact, is a lesbian, living in Midtown Manhattan with her partner, Lisa.
I think we can work with this.
Her transformation into the guy she calls Ned begins with a buzz cut, baggy men's clothes, and a too small sports bra to flatten her breasts. She even wore a little padding and a jock strap.
I also tried to think, well, what kind of guy is Ned? And
For the rest, she enlisted the help of makeup artist Ryan McWilliams.
She just came to me and said, Ryan, I need to turn into a man. The hair as small as we can make it, right?
And so they came up with a method of shredding braided wool into whisker-sized bits and gluing it.
Probably good. I mean, basically the end result was she found out living as a man was nowhere near as fun as she thought it would be. She thought it would be simple. She thought it'd be easy to pick up women because she knew the social cues that women picked up on. Well, they didn't. In fact, women treated her with disdain.
Yeah.
Because they didn't find anything about her features appealing.
Yep. And as I told you, like, she couldn't get a second date to save her life.
Yeah. I think she barely got a date, which, I mean, that's the way it is for most guys. Like, guys have a hard time. I mean, if it was easy, everybody'd have a partner. You wouldn't have a society of incels out there on the internet.
Yeah.
If it was easy, Andrew Tate wouldn't be as popular as he is. So it's just wild. And again, this pervasive transgender ideology is only going to lead to bitterness and hatefulness and disappointment and despair. Because where does it go? You can only live in a facade for so long before reality comes crashing down on top of you. Or you wake up and realize that you regret doing this. And again, we're pushing this on kids. So again, I don't even know really where else to go with this for the rest of the day. I mean, like I said, we showed you left-wing comedy does not age well. We showed you yesterday all those Freedom Toon cartoons where Seamus basically can predict the future. It's like, oh, we're not coming for your kids. Why would you think that? Like, I mean, you're going to teach our kids about sodomy. Boom. We showed you video footage of what's going on. I mean, it's crazy that this is what's happening in our society right now. And people just Like, we're so, if like the worst thing you can do is offend people.
Mm-hmm.
Like, don't tell people the truth. Again, telling people the truth, people will hate you for telling the truth. They'll love you for telling them what they want to hear. That's why this transgender ideology is so bunk. It's so garbage. It's like, well, I don't want to hurt people's feelings.
Mm-hmm.
I just want you to be happy. Well, being happy is not the purpose of life. Accepting responsibility is. I mean, not really. She's. I mean, if you want to get a take from a narcissistic YouTuber, then I mean, you
not
can't.
particularly. You told me about it.
No, yeah, I was just telling you, like, that's her most popular video. Is like being a lesbian and dating women made me understand men, and understand their plight. It's like, yeah, of course you do, because, like I said, you're in a relationship with someone you're not supposed to be in a relationship with because there's weird expectations being set up.
Yes.
It's like most of the time, girls are always catered to, and it's like when you're dating another girl, it's like, am I supposed to be the one doing the catering, or what's happening here?
Yeah, when she left that date and she said, the girls like looked at her.
You're paying, right? I mean, you're the famous YouTuber. You pay. What do you expect?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this is we're in a weird place right now in society. And like I said, we just have to start telling the truth. And the truth, you definitely risk offending people when you tell them the truth.
100%.
It's like, hey, you're not, again, just tell Leah Thomas, tell all these people, you are not a woman. You are a man. Now, maybe you are a gay man, but I mean, Leah Thomas isn't even gay. Leah Thomas is a guy who thinks he's a woman who's dating another woman. So he is a transgender woman who's dating a woman. So he's a lesbian. But again, it just sounds like he's gay with extra steps, is what really he is.
Well, if he's dating a woman, but he's a guy, it means he's straight, but with extra steps.
Yeah, he's just a cross-dressing dude, is all he is.
100%. But if we want to go ahead and kind of move it on to some of the little things I have
Sure,
here.
yeah, absolutely. Go ahead. Yeah, pull them up, man.
So here on our first one we have, study confirms that transgender hormone treatments lower children's IQ. Which, are we truly surprised about that? I'm not.
No, I mean, it's a chemical being pumped into your body. Like, what do you expect? There's going to be repercussions, not just, I mean, again, a lot of the pills that you take that they say, yeah, this will make your wang fall off. That's what we use to chemically castrate pedophiles. So you're saying chemical castration, which is a punishment for the worst kind of criminals in our society, is medication for children who want to change their gender.
Yeah, or it's a punishment in Middle Eastern countries if they accuse you or you're found guilty of being homosexual, they trans you because
if you're gay,
being
well,
gay is wrong, but you know, if we change your sex, now it's not illegal anymore.
Yeah. So again, it's a punishment in Middle Eastern countries. Transitioning people is a punishment. But here, it's beautiful. What? Because we convinced people with propaganda that they want to do it? It's a good thing? Craziness. But yeah, again, and you wonder why. Is it any wonder why the dumbest people in our society are the ones wanting to do this? And they only get dumber when they transition?
Yeah.
Sorry, I mean, it might be uncomfortable to hear that, but if that's the case,
the suicide rate doesn't decline doesn't desist after they've transitioned either.
Yeah.
So they still feel
you still have a 40% suicide rate as a transitioner. So you could not transition and still have a 40% chance of suicide, and then you transition and you still have a 40% chance of suicide. So again, you can lop your body parts off. It'll only make you happy for a short amount of while because people can only love bomb you so long, and you can only believe them for so long because it's yourself. Why do you think weightlifters never are happy with where they're at? Why do you think people who are anorexic and bulimic, they still think they're fat? They look in the mirror and they go, this is not what I want to look like. I still don't look good enough. I have to do more. It is, like, that's why it was called body dysmorphia or gender dysmorphia. It's like you have something wrong with you up here. You don't see yourself the way you are.
Mm-hmm. And chopping off body parts didn't fix the problem.
Nope.
So you're stuck where you are, and you still feel different. Yeah. I'd rather you still feel different and weird and not chop off body parts or pump your body full of hormones, because at least you're not doing anything that's irreversible at that point.
Absolutely. Just go to the gym, lift weights. Whether you're a guy or a girl. If you're a girl trying to get more masculine, lift weights.
Yeah.
Just get a bunch of muscle. You'll look more masculine then.
Yeah, no kidding.
And if you're a dude that's not happy with the way it looks and you think you look better as a girl, just go to the gym and start pumping iron.
Has anyone seen like massive, I'm talking female bodybuilders that are trying to be as big as the dudes. Like they look like dudes.
Yeah.
Like if you want to look like a more masculine, just go to the gym and be a power lifter.
Yeah. So there's way better ways to attain getting more masculine besides lopping off body parts. You can literally work your breasts away.
Mm-hmm.
Your breasts can turn into a pec.
Yeah.
Without having to cut them off. And then after you live in that lifestyle for a little bit, you can be like, I think I want to go back to being more feminine. It's like, hey, yeah, cool, do it. Yeah. That's reversible. Getting cutting them off, not so much.
Yep. This next one I have pulled up here is Texas Representative Sean Theory, or I think it's supposed to be Shauna, but Sean Theory announces that she will be switching to the Republican Party and blast the Democrats as radicals that want to mutilate children's genitals to put men in women's sports and stifles free speech. So this lady was doing this before RFK came out and endorsed Donald Trump and said basically the exact same thing.
Yeah, I mean, look, there are some reasonable people on the other side, and when they see unreasonable things being done, like RFK, the whole family's lifelong Democrats. What do you expect is going to happen whenever they see enough craziness in the world? Reagan was a Democrat his entire career, turned into one of the best Republican politicians ever. It's because you can only see so much before you're like, whoa, this is absolutely nuts. And like I said, there are no, and that's the thing, they can't really tout Republicans doing this because it was never genuine, because they were never, again, they were rhino Republicans, not actual, like, I mean, again, rhino, Republican in name only.
Yep.
Like, and everyone can see that. Like, you can look at their voting track record and be like, oh, this guy really wasn't conservative.
Mm-mm.
So that's why they can't really tout that in Democrat. Oh, yeah, Democrat. Go ahead and play the next one.
So far left, so deep into the progressive abyss, and it now champions policies that I cannot, in good conscience, support. Policies like promoting sex changes for vulnerable children, dismantling Title IX protections for women and girls in sports. This is not the party that I grew up with. I have witnessed firsthand how the so-called liberal left now stifles thoughtful debate, silencing dissent with an iron fist, demanding blind allegiance to an ideology where one must comply or be cast out. That is not the party that I agree to support. The renowned poet Maya Angelou so powerfully said, and simply said, when you know better, you do better. And so it is today, at such a time as this, that I am officially announcing that I am leaving the ranks and the ranker of the Democratic Party.
But yeah, I mean, that's good for her. Seeing that, like I said, I mean, the gender stuff is what's really going to do it. Like I said, you put a mom and you take accolades away from her kid, her daughter or son, or you put something
of getting into a college to get a degree, for, you know, or not a degree, a scholarship for something.
Or you have teachers or some weirdos grooming your kids at school, like a librarian saying, hey, you want to take home this graphic novel of gay erotica home? It's like, and then mom catches like, what's wrong with my kid? Why are they acting this way? That is where you're going to get the lionesses coming out going, get away from my kids.
100%.
That's why homeschooling is becoming so prevalent.
Yeah.
Prevalent, excuse me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Speaking of homeschooling, speaking of schools, here's a LGBTQ activist coming to hang out with high school students and younger at little organizations and gay clubs.
What?
Yeah, you didn't see this?
Mm-mm.
LGBTQ club at a high school in Ohio. Let's go! Go. Going on a road trip. Great day for a drive. On the Ohio countryside. We just got to the high school and we're about to go hang out with this LGBTQ club. We're super excited. We are here with the students.
Got our self-care series. Wow.
We talked about transness and having parents that are not supportive and how to deal with that.
How to come out as Arrow Ace.
Self-care, which is super important, especially for our LGBTQ young people. That is a wrap for our first Queer Hangouts visit of the school year. We just got invited to an LGBT.
Okay, see, and these are the weirdos that are in Reddit and group chats on social media platforms grooming your kids. These people here. Like, these are the ones saying, oh, yeah, cut your hair, look like a boy. That's grooming behavior. And all of a sudden, after they say, cut your hair, oh, you look so good. You look so good. Now cut your breasts off. Now cut your dangus off. Those are these people.
Also, these are also the same people, like how to deal with supportive parents. It's basically saying keep secrets from your parents.
Again,
that's what they're promoting.
I hear in Owasso, perfect example, that 8th grade teacher that was working at the 8th grade center. He was like, hey, if your parents don't think that your transition's real and they don't love you, I love you. You can come and you can act like that in my classroom. It's like, what is wrong with you, dude?
There's also the dude that had girls' clothes and other clothes that they could change into if they wanted to
As
in his
a
closet.
single childless guy in his like late 20s. Like, why do you have children's clothes in your closet? What is wrong with you, man? Again, kill them with kindness. But this, again, we just want to be nice. Like, what is nice? What is being nice? Like, we can live in a polite society. We can live in a good society, but being nice. Sometimes telling people the uncomfortable truth is the good thing to do. It's the right thing to do. Not telling them things they want to hear. Not saying, hey, you're 300 pounds. You're perfect the way you are. It's like, I don't know. I don't think anybody was 300 pounds before modern society was around. I mean, people didn't have enough food to eat to get that heavy. It's not a good thing.
Yep.
But if you just keep telling them you're perfect the way you are, again, telling an anorexic person you're perfect the way you are, it's like, no. Anorexic girl, just eat food and go to the gym and work out. Put on some healthy muscle instead of just turning into a skeletal feature. Like, you are a skeleton. That does not look good. It cannot be good for you. Come on. Wake up.
Mm-hmm.
Go to the gym, work out, eat a healthy diet, and go work out and do some exercise every day. Don't just starve yourself and be like, now I'm a skeleton and I look good. It's like, no, you don't. But yeah, go ahead and we'll see. Do you have anything else?
Yeah, I've got this one that we've already shown before.
Yeah, we see this one. And again, we can watch this one again just to, again, show how sad that like people who groom these people are. Again, those girls that were out there going to that transgender class, like they groomed a girl into this. Like, I can't wait to see the original the post. Look at her. Look how gorgeous this girl is at 19.
She's
and then
not
she
even
cut her
bad at
hair.
20.
She looked okay at 20, even with the tomboy haircut. But then, what am I looking at now? I mean, you cannot tell me that's not cruelty. To convince someone as gorgeous as that, oh, you know, you'd look way better as a dude. Like, look at that. She doesn't look like a man at all. She doesn't look masculine. She looks like the great value Justin Bieber now.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, at least Justin Bieber can have a little bit of muscle and fitness to him, but like, I mean, she's only ever going to have that female build. Sad.
Yep.
Sad.
Then I just got these last two. If you even want to play them, this is the one of that other thing of like just like helping or telling people that they can be whatever they want. This is a furry or whatever.
Mutants.
Yeah, running around the airport, in an airport in public.
Yeah, we got to bring back some public shame again. Holy cow.
Yep.
Oh my God.
Yep.
I mean, I could kind of understand, like, remember that one of that guy, you all doing it in public?
Yeah.
Like that dude, like,
yeah.
But that Like, I mean, I could see a group of furries like doing it at a school because like they're surrounded by their friends, and like I said, when you're in a group of people, you have a little bit more confidence to do that kind of weird stuff, even if the rest of the school thinks that you're a bunch of weirdos. But when you're in your friend group, but at an airport by yourself, that is next level. So yeah, again, got to bring some shame back to this society. Got to
this is also, I think, is contributing to it now. I mean, do you remember seeing all those commercials for like that online like therapy stuff?
Yeah.
I honestly, I said this guy's take on therapy is like the reason why I think we're seeing like increased levels of this transgenderism.
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, if the purpose of therapy is just to be like, the purpose of therapy is to make you happy. Well, no, the purpose of therapy should be to get you over whatever your issue is, not to make you happy. And I can't tell you how many like profiles I see on Instagram of girls and stuff that go, the purpose of life is to be happy. It's like, no. The purpose of life is not like, because if you only pursue temporary happiness forever, you'll have accomplished nothing.
Mm-hmm.
And you'll wonder where your life went.
Yep. You ready for me to play this?
Yeah, go ahead and play this. Yeah, this should be eye-opening for a lot of people.
Where's my volume?
And the majority of patients are also women historically, which means that if you're looking at a population and you say talking about emotions really works for my patients, if you're just a therapist, we don't really segregate between our male patients and our and our female patients. We sort of like look at this and we say like, this is what works. Now, there are lots of trials that actually show the opposite of that. So we'll have trials on cognitive behavioral therapy that look at 50% men, 50% women. Both of them have good effect sizes. But there too, I think there's a selection bias. Because even if you're looking at success in therapy, you're not counting all the people who left.
That didn't go to therapy in the first place.
Because talking about emotions did not work for them. There's even a really interesting paper, so there's a lot of exploration into this. And one paper actually points out that there are two kinds of therapy that you can give. One is what we call emotionally supportive therapy, where you talk about your emotions. And the second is something called instrumental support, which is like problem solving. And what we tend to find is that men prefer problem solving. But if you look at therapy training, we are actively disincentivized to problem solving with patients. We're not there to solve your problems.
Which is why I don't trust therapists anymore. I
Yeah.
think that they're
The majority
causing a lot
of
of these
therapists
issues
are
that we
women.
just talked
And
about.
the majority of patients
It's these
are also
people
women
telling
historically.
you, hey, you just need to feel good and be happy and just be yourself. And that's why we're seeing this epidemic of transgender, furries, any other strange thing that's going on. It's like, just go be whatever makes you happy.
Like, well, I mean, again, it's if you can, if the purpose of life is to be happy, then you can justify doing anything. You can justify an abortion. You can justify a transition. You can justify being a horrible person. You can justify anything if if the only goal is to be happy, and again, happiness for yourself. People around you be damned. Like, I mean, again, I can't tell you how many people. No parent is thrilled that their child's becoming a trans person. No parent is thrilled when they find out their child is gay. And why is that? It's not because they hate their kid anymore. It's not because they despise. Like, homosexuality is self-selection out of the gene pool. Your parents, and you're in every line before you, your entire generation of existence. Like, they fought to keep their kid, like they fought to live, they struggled and fought to live, they struggled and fought to have a family, struggled and fought to keep those family members alive, all the way up to you. And then what is homosexuality?
Denial.
It is
of that.
self-deletion from the gene pool. It's like your entire lineage dies with you. I mean, and now this is where you have these where gay men pay prostitutes to not have sex for 9 months, to incubate their babies. I mean, it's a whole new field. And you have people who are absolutely, you have chicks who have convinced themselves that it's absolutely the greatest thing that they can do. I'm helping people who can't have kids have babies. No, you're helping people who self-selected out of the gene pool to have kids. It's like, that used to be like the trade-off. It's like the trade-off used to be, I'm gay, I'm not having a family. Bye. That's why they're overrepresented in arts and culture. But now they can't even do that. They're like, nope, I'm going to put my DNA in a cup, and I'm going to turkey base that DNA into a woman who's willing to carry it for me, and we'll pay her to be, again, you're paying a prostitute for not to get laid for 9 months. Just disgusting. It's wrong. And again, people have convinced themselves that it is the most noble thing they can do.
And then it's the same issue that I mean, I remember the Rosie O'Donnell speech when she was talking about her son that she has, because they did the exact same thing, her and her wife.
Yeah.
It's like, am I going to be gay, Mom? Like, yeah, you're confusing your children.
Yeah.
It is not equivalent for a same-sex couple to raise a child, because they will always know. I mean, they are going to know when they go to school and they see a straight couple and all their other friends that are in school, which
my
would
mommy
be like
and my daddy.
99% of the population, like, all have a mommy and a daddy. And they come back home and go, why do I have a
two
mommy
mommies
and a mommy? Or why do I have a daddy and a daddy? They instinctively know something's wrong.
Yeah. I mean, we know it on a biological level, on an evolutionary level. But, you know, again, we just live in a society where money can solve everything. It's like, you self-selected out of gene pool, not a problem. Pay for rent a room. Rent a room. And again, you as a chick, you make a bad decision. You have relations with a guy that you decided that you don't want him to be the father of your child. Terminate. We live in a society where you can basically just get away with, we do live in a society where you can get away with murder.
Yeah, that's basically what abortion is.
Yeah, it is. I mean, it's the sacrament. It is the sacrifice of the. What is it? It's the sacrament of the devil, essentially.
Yeah.
I mean, Christ came to the world to redeem the world through a woman's womb, and he sacrificed his body. And it's like, what is abortion? My body, my choice. Instead of sacrificing my womb to bring life into the world, it's I sacrifice this child so I can live my own life and have and do me. I'm doing for me. I'm living my own life. I don't care about this kid. I don't care about the dad. It was a mistake. Well, great. And again, and the vast majority of people where women are told, hey, don't do that. You'll be happier if you didn't. And then they interview those chicks that decided not to do it at the last minute. They're happier. Like they're all so much happier. Like none of them regret not getting the abortion.
Yeah.
They said that my greatest regret would have been to have done it. I'm so much happier with my kid in my life. But no, we're trying to convince women that they'll be happier without. No. Be selfish. Do that. Do you, girl. That kid's just going to slow you down. So, yeah. Sad state of affairs that we live in. But, yeah. That's what I've got for you today. We went way longer than I anticipated on going. But, again, that's just kind of how it goes whenever we get on subjects that are
super
hot and super relevant and things that, I mean, again, comment back at us. Let us know if we're wrong. I want to hear your opinions. Get involved in the community. So that's about all I've got for today. This is the Twins with Owasso Live. This was the Morning Loop. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe so you too can stay in the loop. God bless you. We're signing off.
See you later, everybody.